A lot more questions than answers right now up in Winnipeg as they look forward to trying to figure out how to win. Certainly, they can point to the absence of Mark Scheifele as something that changed this series, but really, Mark Scheifele was the reason that it changed the series. So I guess, what more can you say about that hit and the fallout?
Yeah, it was tough because, a lot of people, when we spoke about this in our pre-show meeting, these things fall and they can be very polarizing, these instances. I can just say this. I've known Mark Scheifele a long time, and watching him and seeing him and speaking to him, I've never, ever seen him make an egregious play ever. And this is one that is one of those plays that clearly you can see him, his response there as he's trying to talk. If that's your teammate, you want to see your teammate come back and make a play and not just allow a wrap goal there. Now, if you're the opposing team, of course you understand that they're upset.
Right.
So there's two dimensions to this, and more importantly, the state of Jake Evans.
Yeah.
And evidently, he's starting to turn the corner.
Yeah, off-ice activities.
Exactly.
Back to that, so that's good.
Correct. That's the most important thing. Of course, the Jets are not the same team without Mark Scheifele. They deemed that the Department of Player Safety deemed that was a suspendable play. They levied that suspension, and he had to take his medicine. That's kind of how it goes. And sometimes the game happens so quickly. The intensity of playing, let alone playing in the Stanley Cup playoffs, let alone all the different factors. And that was a play that I'm sure Mark Scheifele, to a certain extent, would want back, and especially based on what ended up happening to Evans. But we're fortunate that he's in a much better place health-wise now, yes. Evans is. And it was a tough series for Winnipeg. I never anticipated them getting swept. As much as they swept the Oilers, and let's say, a lot of overtime in that series as well.
Sure.
Right? But I never anticipated that they would get swept in this. But this is what happens in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's so unpredictable.
And now we look into their offseason mode and
yes.
the needs that they might try to address to have a better team that can go on a deeper run next year. When you look at the free agent market, what's out there that might be a good fit for Winnipeg?
I really like Jamie Alexiak. I like him a lot. I really like Jamie Alexiak a lot from Dallas. This is his second tour of duty. He will be a free agent. I just spoke to their GM last week, and Mr. Nill, who does an outstanding job, and I didn't ask him about that point blank about Alexiak, but he's rugged. He's improved offensively to some extent. He's very tough, very physical, hard to play against, and it's tough to get to the middle of the ice and in and around the front of his team's net when he's on the ice. I really like Brandon Montour as well. The Florida Panthers acquired him from Buffalo. He has a lot of skill going back to his time in Anaheim. And Mike Riley. I mean, this guy provides a lot of value. You look at the points and the production, especially by way of his salary. He's been a nice piece in Boston. So I think they can improve their back end. They also have Sammy Niku and some other young prospects there. But those are three guys I'd have my eyes on for them for sure.
Yeah, it's been a shuffling of the deck ever since Dustin Byfuglien decided to walk away. So they're still searching for answers, like I said, up in Winnipeg.
Yes.